Hello and welcome, I am Civillan and we are back in Racksacks building our beachside resort. Seaside resort? One of those. We're working on it, basically. Today I've decided that I feel like I haven't really been prioritizing the beach resort as I should. And what I think I'm going to go ahead and do is tear down this water tower. It might have been fun to drown some elves, but I think it doesn't really create a nice look. It's just a big ugly wooden tower. So we've got two options, either decorate it or dismantle it, but I think we've had our fun. I'm going to go ahead and start dismantling it by starting with the windmill. Now we might be doing some more stuff later with pumps and pump stacks and all of that good stuff, but for now at least I think we're going to get rid of this, and also probably the animal pens, just so that now that we've started to actually build this as our resort, we want to prioritize the views of the guest. So before we dismantle this whole thing, first we are going to need to drain the water out. So let's see. I think we're going to need to close the drawbridge. This will be a good test to see if that drawbridge is waterproof. Hopefully we didn't squish any dwarves with that. Doesn't look like any dwarves got squished. I probably should have checked first, maybe stop them from walking over it, but this is fine. So we're also going to go ahead and lock these doors. And now, so which one opens what? That's the question. I think we'll go ahead and pull this one and this one. These seem like some good levers to pull. Yep, that's one good lever. And that's another good lever. So we're going to be draining our water tower as best as we can anyway, out through our depot and into the sea. And it's good to know that drawbridges are watertight, so you learn something every day. That's quite useful. Now that's going to take a while, so we'll leave that working. And now I need to work on the other thing that I wanted to do, which was I want to move these animals underground rather than having this above ground construction. And I think the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to channel out a big area for them, let it fill with, grass, and then roof over it. And I think even with a roof over it, grass will regrow. Now, I'm not 100% sure that grass will regrow even with a roof over it, but this is going to be an interesting test because we don't have any sand, despite settling on a beach, because I didn't really plan ahead and check what we had. So we can't build like a glass roof over the animals, which is a shame because I quite like glass. I might see about getting some glass later on, see if we can trade for it, but first we're going to need to chop down a section of trees. And I'm also going to take a look at our zones, if I can remember the hotkey for zones, which I can't, so that's pretty good. This game, I'm so good at this game, I'm so competent, can you tell? There we go, so we're building our underground animal pens right in the middle of this gathering zone, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove it for now, and then I'll build a new one somewhere else later. Like, it's fine, we don't even need to worry about that. There we go. And also, do you know what? Our dwarves are customer service dwarves. They don't really need bedrooms, do they? At least most of them don't. Yeah, I'm gonna stop making bedrooms, and I'm gonna, except maybe for nobles, but I'm gonna knock some of these through to make a hospital. Just like that much hospital. So now we're gonna go ahead and designate our first noble, and I want a manager and I also want a bookkeeper. So let's see no one has any relevant skills. So I guess we'll choose someone that's not particularly otherwise useful so that they can really focus most of their time on it. Like this peasant. Also going to grab a chief medical dwarf and our bookkeeper. Well, who's our manager? Because we could have the manager and the bookkeeper be the same person. So let's do that, but that means I have to find the same person. Speaking of finding people, I need to rename a dwarf, and I think I'll rename this bookkeeper stroke manager because, they seem like a useful and relevant person. So we're going to do that. But first I'm going to assign them this throne room / study, and we're going to give it to our manager, and then we'll make a bedroom and we'll give it to the manager as well. Now let's take a look at our units. Where is our manager? Manager, so we're gonna rename you RC. Welcome to the fortress, RC. Let's find out a little bit more about you. You are dejected and really interested after a lot of performances. A short, sturdy creature, fond of drink and industry. Okay. Welcome to the fortress. Please enjoy your stay. Also, I've just noticed we have an actual trader, so I might see if they're better than David O'Shea as a broker. Oh no, our professional trader is really not that great, to be fair. Much worse than David, so we'll keep David. David has also been elected mayor. Congratulations, David. Does that mean I need to give you a better room? I think it does. Let's take a look. What do you need? Decent office, dining room, some chests and cabinets. Ugh. Okay, so we're just gonna take some normal dwarves rooms and turn them into fancy rooms for David. I hope you're happy, David. We're gonna build some doors. We're gonna build doors like here and here, and then all 4 of these rooms will just like turn into, I mean, how many rooms did he need? Yeah, I think it was 3. So how about we build like a wall up here? Oh no, that's a bed. That's a bed. Build a wall up here, like this, out of shale, and then we can just connect all of these with doors, and that's probably good. And then we'll just like, why does a child own this bedroom? Get rid of that. Get rid of that, and and we'll assign this to our mayor. Now, while we're at it, we also need to upgrade the rooms a bit. So I'm gonna designate some smoothing. Actually no, I take it back. Oh no, maybe we'll make a new floor for the nobles, actually. I quite like that idea. Keep them separate from the riffraff. I'll design something kind of nice for them, I think. So we'll start with like some smaller stuff for the mayor, maybe just up a bit, out of the way. There we go, I might do something like that. I think that'll make a nice home for our mayor. And it's kind of big, but we can always upgrade it as our fortress upgrades, because we'll end up with people ranked higher than mayor. So we can always swap it around, that's fine. Actually, while I'm at it, I might as well move our our manager bookkeeper down here. They don't really need much, but they're a noble technically, so I might as well put them on the noble floor. There we go, something like that for our manager. This isn't, you know, I was about to say this isn't very planned out, but I've spent the whole game telling you that, so I don't think anyone's surprised at this point at a lack of planning on my part. So now that we've cleared all the, you know what, actually, we've got so much wood just like lying around this map. I don't want to make a big stockpile inside to get rid of it, but I might make a stockpile just up here if I just build like a wood stockpile, just to get it a little bit neater. Just to get some of this out of the way, because there is a ton. Oh, that's kept our dwarves busy. And also now that the trees are chopped down, we'll channel out a nice big area for our animals. I missed a tree. Get it. There we go. Oh, David O'Shea has started issuing mandates already. Right. Tell me about your mandate. You want 3 armor stands. Do you know what? That's really not too bad a mandate. And actually, since I have a manager now, we can make a new order. And that's going to be for I have to remember, yeah, they spell armor without a U, so that's very confusing for me, but we can do it. Okay, 3 armor stands. Pretty good. And while we're at it, we could come up with some new orders. I'll leave it for now. But yes, that is the nice feature of the manager, that I don't need to go into each individual workshop. I can just say, I want 5 beds, and the manager will make sure that 5 beds happen. It's really useful. Cosmoronic, churning out the masterpieces still. Good job there. So I'm going to start removing some constructions, I think. And we're going to start just on the top floor, I guess. It makes sense. Hopefully my dwarves won't die. Let's make sure that hospital's up. They might remove things in a weird order and cause cave-ins, and I could probably mitigate that risk, but, you know, that would require effort, and I'm really against putting in effort on principle, so we're going to go ahead and make this a hospital. We'll get some storage in here. Hospital, yes. So we'll need some beds, some tables, traction benches, and boxes and bags. We can do that, so build some beds first. What is a flashing metal? Searing metal? Twinkling metal? Frosty metal? I don't know what those are, but they sound cool. Okay, we've got a few perpetual orders set up as well, just to make my life a little bit easier. And then we're going to grab... So we need traction. Traction benches. Make like 2. There we go, we've got some coffers in there. So that's not bad. I also need a barracks. I could just build the barracks on this floor, to be honest. Yeah, we'll dig out some barracks here, because I would like to get started on my military soon, because I've been delaying that for a while. We'll keep them nice and close to the central staircase, so that if I need to rush them over somewhere, then they can go. Yeah, someone is gonna fall into this cistern almost just I know it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen, and it's probably gonna be my fault, because I could have designated this in a sensible order, but I haven't. So, you know. Yeah, there's one dwarf in the middle there. There's one dwarf in the middle, and all the other dwarves are like nibbling away at the edges. And it's gonna go badly. It's gonna be a bad time. I've got so much for my miners to do. I think I should get a metal industry going, and I'm gonna get it going down below over here. Start with a room like this maybe, tuck it away below the staircase, below the dining room. It's quite a big room, but we're gonna get some big coal stockpiles, some ore stockpiles in there. They're gonna take up a fair bit of space. And hopefully that'll clear some room around the rest of the fortress, because we have just got rocks everywhere. Something has collapsed. Oh, yes. Oh, wow. Okay, we've, okay. A lot of dwarves got injured in that collapse. Who have we got here? Oh man, there's 3 people on that one tile. RC, you've only just joined the fortress. Yeah. Oh dear. And yeah. Okay, so not too many named dwarves. Oh no, Revived Rage and Attila Toth. I'm sorry. At least Revived Rage has not yet got stuck in a tree today, although I probably jinxed it with that. Good thing we've got that hospital up and running, eh? Better get some soap and some thread and things. Start making that. How do I make soap again? I think it takes effort. Cancels clean self, experiencing emotional shock. Okay, let's get some buckets, because we need buckets apparently. Okay, we're working on it, don't worry, we're working on it. We need to work on our mayor's quarters. Problem is, our miners are super busy. Hopefully once I get some more picks, we should be able to get some more miners, because I really don't have enough for all the things I'm trying to build. Is there a way to like make them clean up this blood? Because it's still... There's loads of blood, badger blood. I don't know how badger blood got in here. I don't know how Stinthad's blood got in here. I think there was probably a bar fight. But we've got a bit going on here. Yeah, so on a plus side, we're making pretty good progress with building the upstairs of our tavern. So that's pretty good. These are going to all be bedrooms of varying quality. It's going to be great. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and start flipping some levers. I'm going to go ahead and pull this lever. I think it's this lever, and we're gonna go ahead and pull this lever. Oh right, I need to let these dwarves out. Aha, there we go. You can leave. It's okay. Be free. Good. Okay. So how's it going? Shall I make this happen in a sensible order? I'm gonna make this happen in a sensible order. I've learned my lesson. There we go. Something like that should be marginally better. I mean, what I could do, if I wanted to make this whole thing deconstruct fast... don't know if that's a bad idea. I was gonna say I could just remove this first layer of walls and then the whole thing would come crashing down. And that would probably be effective. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and deconstruct this pump. That'll cause some chaos as all of the pumps... Oh, we had another cave-in. It's fine. Yeah, they're fine. They're totally fine. No one's even in the hospital. Okay, time to start working on our metal industry. So, we are gonna build... Wow. We're gonna need a few things, really, to get this started. We have some coal, so I don't think we will need to start converting wood into charcoal yet, but we might need to do that later. So I guess we'll start with a smelter. We'll just throw that in this back corner here. We'll make it out of stone. Then I will grab... I think I'll grab a kiln as well. That's kind of like... This room... I'll build a wood furnace while I'm at it. This room is kind of like the general smelting room. No need for a glass furnace because we can't actually build that. Now we already have a metalsmith's forge, but... might move that into this room and out of the dining room because it's a bit weird having it in a dining room, let's be honest. Oh, and I'll go ahead and build a stockpile. So we'll build something custom maybe. So we'll go ahead and make a metal ore stockpile, and we'll just build that kind of like, just like that. We don't need a crazy amount. This is just so that it's not to get all of it out of the entire fortress. It's so that the person using this metalsmith's workshop doesn't have far to go, because we want the haulers to be the ones walking far, and then we want the actual crafts dwarfs to just value their time more, basically. So we've got a coal stockpile here, and we're just gonna, again, we'll just make that like a little stockpile. There we go. A farmer is dehydrated. Okay. So where is this farmer? Oh, right. We've got a farmer that I think is trapped in here. Yes. So we've got a farmer trapped in this bit. That's okay. So what we're going to do is we'll just deconstruct the buildings around them, and they should be able to kind of climb their way out. Maybe. Or if I remove this wall. Oh dear, something collapsed. Oh, I was being so careful as well. I've just accepted that in the process of deconstructing this, a lot of dwarves are going to suffer. And I think it's just important that I come to terms with that, rather than, you know, trying to avoid it particularly. That is where we are going to end it for today. I have been Civillan, this has been Dwarf Fortress. I will see you next time with more deconstructing and almost certainly more cave-ins and injuries. See you soon!